Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Farkan, proud to say I work in London. In this video, we're going to dive into the brand new iOS 16 design updates you should know about. We're going to look at the major updates on the iOS 16 lock screen with some lock screen widgets and how this can really impact the way you design an app going forward. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for future design related videos and let's get started. So heading straight into the Apple website, link in the description below, detailing the brand new iOS updates, we can see there's a massive emphasis on the change of the lock screen, which we're focusing on this video. In last year's update, iOS 15, there was widgets on the home page, and now Apple are really upping the game of personalization by displaying this on the lock screen here now as well. Something very familiar that Android have done for years. And why this is important as a designer is because of the brand new entry points it really gives you when designing an app, and the way it's changed the visual hierarchy of a lock screen and how notifications are displayed. We're going to dive a bit deeper into this. So we can see here Apple are really going heavy on the personalization. What we got here is live previews with the Starbucks example here. We've got widgets, we've got activity widgets here, we've got different font customizations, we've got different photo styles that you can go all on your lock screen, which is really brand new. And as a designer, it's different entry points that have opened up for your design. So for example, if I was Starbucks here, I can now inform people about the status of my order before they've even opened the lock screen of their phone, and that's a great thing as a designer. It's a new entry point that you can really think about to change the experience. And they use this, for example, if you're running, you can have real-time updates. If you're watching a sports match, you can have these live previews here. And another interesting thing is having these widgets at the top here. What's so interesting is that notifications have been decoupled to the bottom of the screen, and this is really taking prime real estate of when you use your phone, you're staring at the screen, you're now going to be looking at these live widgets, a brand new entry point for you to maximize as a designer. People aren't going to be relying on notifications now. You've now got really an opportunity as a designer developer to maximize the home screen. The first thing they see could be one of your widgets here. You could make something new or something different for people to see, to keep up to date with something. It could be like prayer times for a prayer app here. And this is really interesting because before, people really relying on notifications, which would always take the middle of the lock screen up, but Apple are pushing those to the bottom here, and they're putting widgets and they're prioritizing those in terms of hierarchy above this. And then we have these live preview tiles as well. Whether or not this will be something people will use a lot, because again, how often do people stare at the bottom of their screens all the time, or will they be just unlocking their phone and going stream, will be really interesting to see. So when scrolling down, I guess one thing we can really talk about is these brand new widgets that you can really add in terms of a custom home screen, as well as look, notifications now are being decoupled at the bottom. And why is this so interesting is, first of all, the most accessible area when you're using a phone in terms of ergonomics is the bottom of the screen. They're way more reachable having notifications there. But then we said when you're usually staring at a lock screen, you're being trained with the last 15 updates of iOS to be looking near the middle of the screen for your notifications, not at the bottom. So is it really going to change the behavior for the way that people are going to be using their lock screen or staring? But chances are it's probably decouple notifications and deprioritize them now, so they probably won't be as powerful as they used to be, having lock screen notifications and really relying on these. So now that they're at the bottom, they're going to be so easy to dismiss as well, and there's going to be a lot going on your lock screen, so it's not going to be the biggest priority anymore as well. And that's going to be something really important to think about as a designer here as well, because we can see at the top here you've got brand new calendar widgets, brand new activity, calorie burns, or like weather widgets that are going to be taking priority at the top of the screen here instead. So let's dive deeper into this little mini video that Apple made that shows the brand new lock screen here. What's really nice, I suppose, in this video is that they're allowing you with your lock screen is having a photo that overlays on top of the clock. I guess what's a really cool update they've done is that you can basically, it's like cropping in Photoshop, where you've now got the person that's like overlaying on top. It's a nice little effect here, and you've got all these different customizable fonts, which makes it way more personalized, and it's something I feel like is a nice direction to make your home screen even more yours. But then now it's more personalized. We can see here with the lock screen notifications, they're right at the bottom here. And like I mentioned, I feel like this is actually quite a big thing that's maybe not really addressed or talked about enough here, because being at the bottom is going to be more dismissible. It's not the biggest priority anymore. And we see here you've got UV indexes on the weather. This is something that maybe people can read or look at, and we've got brand new lock screen widgets here. That might be the bigger focus. When I go to my lock screen, I'm going to be checking my activity widgets instead of seeing all my notifications here now. So that's going to be really interesting. Even these like live bits of micro animations going on, there's going to be way more distractions going on here. And this is probably one of the coolest things, I think, which is they've got these live widgets going on, and I feel like this is going to be a really nice way of making an experience here. They partnered with Uber here of having a live widget which is real time, which is displaying your Uber pickup. I believe if you have sports events, you can get live sports scores. If you're doing a run, you can actually get real time running measurements going on of your pace. So this is another thing, is that I guess being at the bottom, like how much attention are people going to be paying attention to using this? But as a designer, you've now got a new entry point, and it's the lock screen is the first thing people see. So this is going to be a good opportunity to maximize and use this if you want to get people to really embed further into your experience. And something like getting Deliveroo, some food ordered, or an Uber ride, or whatever it is, you can now have this live in real time and really up your experience of an app. But this is really the main changes we see here, and I feel like the biggest things to really look out for is, like we mentioned, these little widgets and the notifications be at the bottom here. I feel like them being at the bottom has really changed the priority and shift in how people are going to use their lock screens. And the live activities here, can you now actually make a real-time experience? I feel like being at the bottom, I wonder how engaging or interesting it will take off, but there's a lot now going on someone's lock screen with different motion, and these live activities, it could be a good way, a new entry point, a new experience for people to use, and I feel like they're really cool. And the last thing I believe is that Apple have also made it so you've now got music as well. So last thing I'm going to dive in really quickly is the lock screen player, and what's interesting is that they're just really bringing this back. I don't think it's brand new, but we used to have this a really long time ago. Is when you're listening to a song, it basically overtakes the whole of your lock screen, so you're more immersed in the music playing experience. And to be honest, I was always a fan of this, and I'm glad they're bringing it back. Something really familiar, like when you're using Apple Maps and you're navigating, it takes over your entire lock screen. You listen to music, it makes sense. Like, you want to be connected a tiny bit closer, and it's such a prime entry point there. So I'm glad it's back. I don't think it's anything new, but it's good to be back. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Be sure to leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the brand new iOS 16 design updates. In particular, are you looking forward to these brand new lock screen widgets? Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for future design related videos, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.